Meantime, Hollywood studios aren't the only content creators threatened by Sora and AI-generated videos. Mr. Beast, who runs the most subscribed channel on YouTube, as you know, wrote in an X post this week, when AI videos are just as good as normal videos, I wonder what that will do to YouTube and how it'll impact the millions of creators currently making content for a living. Scary times. Joining us to break down the implications for social media platforms is Roth Capital Partners senior research analyst Rohit Kularni. Rohit, it's an amazing conversation we're having here. You actually break it down on the e-commerce side as well. Yep. With their other product. But on the social media side, how much of a threat do you think they could become?
Hey, thanks for having me. I think the way social media companies will start to think about it is how do we improve trust? How do we improve time spent? And how does that translate into ad dollars? I think Sora's app, given the cameos, given the way they are starting engagement, solves the first two problems. Improving trust amongst users and make it more personalized. I feel those two are big anchors for Sora to succeed. How quickly they scale and how quickly that scale begets into ad dollars remains to be seen. But the starting point always of the wheel is how many users and how trusted those users are of the platform. And that's a very big positive that Sora has solved already.
You do say that you expect them to respond, the Googles, the Metas, the Amazons in some way. What would be a reasonable short-term response here?
In my opinion, as the most important thing that these large, big platforms can do is provide incentives to advertisers, to creators, two big pillars of their fundamentals that will make the platforms even more stickier. The way they can do that is provide more credits to advertisers, provide more incentives to creators, and provide more tools to creators that are, in my opinion, somewhat they can copy very quickly what Sora is offering to a normal creator. So I think there are ways in the next 6 to 9 months I see similar tools, incentives, promotions to make these platforms stickier. And as more time passes, it becomes harder of a hurdle for a startup like Sora to overcome that scale.
What about the other players, like a Reddit, for instance, which is actually down 5% today and does not seem to like this news that OpenAI is going to be competing on social media and does not have the scale or the technological capability that a Meta has?
Yeah, absolutely. I think then for tier 2 players, I would call it Reddit, Twitter, Pinterest, Snapchat, likes like that, slightly below TikTok. Those players now need to hunker down and figure out what's their core value prop to both consumers and to their advertisers. I think and so long as they stick to their core value prop and ensure that usage engagement is unchanged, I think that will help them sustain this kind of almost like a TikTok moment. Think about what happened to social media when TikTok ramped between 2019, 2020, 2021. And they took a lot of eyeballs. They took a lot of time spent on those on that new platform. So now this is a new TikTok coming through. So the next 12 to 18 months is something that the subscale platforms will feel the pressure of how much time people are willing to spend on them.
I guess one question is whether or not a creator can be as compelling and draw as much of an audience if the video is AI native, right? I mean, to what degree can that be worth watching? And it also requires a fair amount of creativity, does it not?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the risk to professional creators, like the one that Mr. Beast referenced, what happens to creators? I think there are these creators who have done it on a quasi part-time basis. Probably they have the greatest risk that they earn something in the range of hundreds of dollars, maybe thousands of dollars every month. Those are the ones that have the greatest risk here. The professional creators who have the true creativity, I think they will harness AI. They'll harness the power of AI in a way that they become even more of an important contributor to these social media platforms.
Rohit, maybe we'll tackle the e-commerce side later and what that might do to item curation and margins. Rohit Kulkarni, thanks so much. Good to talk to you.